Arguments made of teenage males. In society, teenage males have different personalities and their characteristics change over the years. However, in the course unit texts, The Airplane Thief, My Son, The Prince of Fashion and My Life in Street Gangs, commonalities can be seen between the teenage males. As a collection, the arguments the course unit texts present about teenage males are, they do not tend to respect adult authority, they are different from the majority of the people they are around and they seek attention. This will be apparent through the analyzation of the unit course texts. Firstly, it can be seen throughout the texts that teenage males do not respect adult authority. In The Airplane Thief, Colton Harris Moore does not respect the adult authority of his house, his mother Pam. During this altercation, Pam screams, "I wish you would die, Kirsten," 59. Therefore, it is clear, Moore did not respect the adult authority of his house, his mother. Moreover, Moore never respected police authority as well. He fell into a routine of petty theft, the cash box from the local public library, sodas from the teacher's lounge at school, even 2 small boats, Kirsten, 59. Moore never respected the adult authority at school and later on in his life he will go on to not obey the laws of the state. Similarly, in the text My Son, The Prince of Fashion, Abe argues with his father. He does not want to come back home but would rather stay in Paris. We had an argument. I was tired of fashion and fashion shows. I could only feel that I had had enough and that I wanted to leave and be done. I realized that the reason he'd had such a great time that night because I had not been present. I had not been his father, or his friend, this past week. I had only been his minder. I was a drag to have around a fashion show, Chabon, 179. Abe did not respect his father's authority and had an argument with him. He does not feel fulfilled of his trip to Paris and wants even more. A similar but more intense comparison can be made with the text My Life in Street Gangs. Akin's Anya did not respect his father's authority and continued to disobey his rules after he had got in trouble with the police. My dad was furious. He grounded me, it didn't matter. He was still working and traveling a lot, and I took advantage of that. As soon as he left, I was gone back out with my friends, smoking weed, causing trouble. Akin's Anya, 17. Akin's Anya did not care that his dad was angry at him. He continues to cause trouble and do the things that his father would not appreciate. He was going out even after his father grounded him. In conclusion, all 3 teenage males did not respect adult authority in the unit course texts. Another argument presented by the texts is that teenage males are different from the majority of people they are around. This will be seen by analyzing the text The Airplane Thief. In the text, Moore had trouble relating to other children and his mother. His mother did not like planes and was tired of looking at them. He had trouble relating to other kids at school, eating by himself and rarely talking, Kirsten, 59. It is evident that Moore is a teen who could not relate to other teens. Moore also had an obsession with planes which made him different from other boys as other boys had interests in sports and girls at his age. Another outsider also felt different from other people because of his interest in planes. In the text My Son, The Prince of Fashion, Abe was a very unique teenager who is different from the majority of people he was around. He was almost always, and by far the youngest person in the audience, Chabon, 176, according to his father. Fashion is a very rare interest among teenage males and this alone makes Abe unique. However, Abe's clothing styles is what truly makes him unique. Finding one's difference can often be a fourth child's particular burden and challenge. For Abe it never seemed to be a challenge at all. From the moment he became himself, what made Abe different was the degree of comfort he felt with being different. Chabon, 177. Abe was comfortable standing out with his clothing. He wore unique styles of clothing such as costumes to stylish clothing. His father refers to his clothing as his man costume. Abe receives many taunts and teases for his style of clothing, but he refuses to let it judge his decisions. His father admires his perseverance as Abe continues to persist and wear even further bold clothing. Similarly, Akin's Anya from My Life in Street Gangs was different from his sisters and his father. His sisters were going to university as he was going to an alternative school. He feels alone in jail, which makes him different from his family members. While my sisters were preparing for university, I was starting grade 11 at Durham Alternative Secondary School, or DAS. It's where kids go when they've been kicked out of the regular school stream. Akin's Anya, 7. His sisters were going to university and on a different path while he was stuck at DAS. His sisters were excellent students receiving great marks in school, in contrast to how Akin's Anya was not focusing on school but rather focusing on drugs, girls, and gambling. The final argument the unit course texts make about teenage males is that teenage males seek attention. In The Airplane Thief, Moore had received tremendous amount of attention because of Moore's daring actions. No one had cared about Moore, but he was famous everywhere. Colton's exploits made him a folk hero. The boy who no one cared about before now had friends everywhere. Kirsten, 62. Moore has even been called a folk hero. Similarly, in My Son, the Prince of Fashion, Abe desires the attention of someone who is similar to him. Abe had not been dressing up, styling himself, trying to prove how different he was from everyone else. He did it in the hope of attracting the attention of somebody else somewhere, someday who was the same. Chabon, 179. Abe wants to have a friend similar to him, which was a hard task because he is unique. He wears exotic clothing to attract the attention of others like him. Similarly, from the text My Life in Street Gangs, Akin's Anya always expresses his desire to receive attention. Akin's Anya also likes receiving attention. As a kid from Galloway, I had instant cred, I seemed cool. Now people turned to me as a leader, and I liked it. Everyone was always turning to me, asking me what to do. Akin's Anya, 6. Akin's Anya has shown interest to the attention he was receiving, similar to what he desires in his life. In another piece of text from the story, Akin's Anya states he wants people to fear him. I used to walk around with a baseball bat to intimidate people. I wanted people to see me. And for the first time, they did. I was popular. Akin's Anya, 5. For the first time in his life, he receives the attention he wants and feels enormously powerful among his peers. All the boys from the texts desire attention and did the utmost in their ability to receive attention. Moore and Akin's Anya showcased their talents using drastic measures while Abe showcased himself through fashion. In conclusion, the arguments made by the unit course texts are: teenage males who do not tend to respect adult authority, teenage males are different from the majority of the people they are around, and teenage males seek attention. This has been seen through the analysis of the texts. Teenage males in society express themselves in different ways. Some teenagers may resolve to express themselves in fashion, sports, gangs, education, and religion, while others may express themselves in other ways.